So good evening. I'm here on a chilly Saturday, chilly for so many reasons, with first team manager Sam. After disappointing home defeat today, Sam, I don't think we need to make this a long chat tonight. But
Yeah.
what was your thoughts and immediate reminiscence?
That's probably the most disappointing loss I've seen in a long time. Said it off camera, and I'll say it now. Since my involvement in the club, that is the worst loss I've seen. Watching 11 lads on the pitch, everyone on the side, the subs obviously came on. It was just lack of effort there to even look like trying to change our fortunes, and it was disappointing. And that's probably the biggest word I can say at this point. Obviously, trying to look at reflection. There's obviously things that maybe I could have changed as well, but ultimately the lads just didn't put the effort in there to even look at rescuing a point.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think as you said, when we look at it today, we'll know how to lose a game or win a game. But I think today it was the manner. It felt, and I'm sure it isn't the case, or I hope it isn't the case, but it felt like there were players out there that didn't show that there was any care.
Yeah, I think that's the difficult bit. As I say, like the last few games, look, we've been disappointed not to obviously pick up points in the last games, but there was the efforts were there, and people obviously looking to, as I say, change the fortunes and rescue a point or get 3 points. But today, yeah, it really just looked like people were literally just turning up waiting for that final whistle after minute one.
Yeah, absolutely. A very difficult one. I guess I think we all kind of extend our apologies to anybody that came and watched today, because that's not the way that we've been playing. I think from pre-season, I guess.
Yeah.
We've tried to create a brand of football that's been interesting to watch, exciting to watch. But I think it's fair to say that certainly last 3 or 4 weeks, goals have looked hard to come by.
Yeah, and that's part of it. As I said, I think if you can stay in a game though, and you can create your own luck at times, and we just haven't done that. That being said, the last few games have obviously been tight. We've stayed in the games. Obviously, we spoke about Leatherhead. Obviously, they didn't score against us. Unfortunately, it was an own goal. Lack of concentration, obviously, at Southall. We've obviously scored a goal in that one, and we didn't shut up shop. So, yeah, for me, it's the fundamentals, and it's a conversation I've had with the boys. You've got to do the basics right first, and then you'll be able to create your own luck off the back of it, because you've stayed in the game. We just didn't do that today. And yeah, apologies to obviously anyone that's obviously came down today, but previous games they probably looked at it and gone, oh, that was a bit close, you were in it, you could have taken something, but today we were just too far off it, and yeah, we got punished. So we've rode our luck for the last few games in a sense, and yeah, we've got punished more so today.
The players, do you feel the players are taking accountability, Sam? I mean, you obviously had them in a change room a long time today.
Yeah, we just had to peel it back and have those awkward conversations with a few, and sit back and just, rather than rant and rave, actually look at it and try and reflect on it there and then whilst you're in the moment. And yeah, a few put their hands up, and a few obviously naturally disappointed to go quiet, but we can't have that happen. And I'm sure there'll be a few of the senior lads that we'll get into them a little bit more, and that's my job obviously to help them reflect on it and get the reaction that's required in the next couple of games.
Did you think, were we affected today by players that weren't available? I mean, we obviously know we've got, one with a sort of long-term frustrating injury, who's probably been quite a key player tail end of last year and the start of this year, and obviously another big player for us today, was missing from the defensive unit. Do those players make that much difference?
I mean, they do. Obviously, you got vice skipper in Simo. Yeah, he's obviously going to make a difference, and losing Conan is obviously going to make a difference of course. But there's still a squad. It's a squad game. You don't send out the same 11 players, and the players that are out there, you still have to believe that they're obviously going to get the game done, and it's up to the person that's playing in their position to keep their shirt at that stage. And that's not obviously what's reflected today. So yes, they are a miss, because in hindsight you look at it and go, oh, we could have done with them today, but we believe that the 16 that turned up today should have been able to get a result.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we go now 10 days or so without a game. What's your thoughts on that? Come at a good time? Is there stuff that you want to be get addressing and drilling down on the training ground, or where are you at now as a management team?
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity. It sounds crazy that obviously if you win, you're going, actually it's not come at a good time, has it? Because you want to just then see that momentum through. But obviously losing the game today, it's probably come at the right time, as you said. We're gonna have to sort of work on a few things and make some tweaks to obviously our bit of our identity, but essentially what we asked the team to go out and do wasn't done today, and that's not the tactical element. As I said, it's just what we expect when people come up against us is hard-working team that's going to make it hard for us and difficult all around the pitch, and we just didn't do that. In fact, we left the door open for them to take whatever they wanted today. So yeah, we can work on a few things, but I think the lads need to reflect on what needs to be done as a bare minimum.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess just as a sort of last thing then, Sam, I mean, we said we're trying to create we wanted to create a brand of football this year that that was going to be pleasant on the eye, but also one that was going to have value to finish higher up the season, higher up the table over the course of the season. Sorry, yeah. And we've kept a core of the players that we wanted to keep. So is it just tweaks, do you think? Is this just a dip in form? What's your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of, yes, there's a bit of dip in form, and I think there's a few lads that have been resting on reputations from last year a little bit, that obviously need to step it up and remember how we got out of trouble last year. I think they need to remember that, and if we can take that into what we did at the early part of the season, which got us the wins, regardless of who the opposition was, I think we'll find ourselves back up the table. I mean, the only kind thing about this league is that people seem to be able to beat everyone at the moment. We've seen results at both ends of the table that have been a surprise. So the good thing is we can obviously get ourselves back on another run of positive results that could see us up the table. But as I said, we have to remember what it is and what it was that got us up the table in the first place and kept us in the league from last year.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult day all round, Sam. So I'm not gonna ask anything else of you for now.
Yeah.
I'll give you time to go and your team time to reflect. So thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers, mate.